Get ready for some fun and excitement with your boy, BiggOh. News, rumors, PLEs, and Dallas Cowboy watch-alongs. You better believe it's going to get crazy and psycho. So grab your beverages and your snacks. And like BiggOh always says, if you got it, spark it.
Yo, man, what's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to this impromptu edition of the BiggOh Wrap-Up. I got some shit I want to talk about and get up off my chest, man. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy, BiggOh. And right over here, it's your boy, Hologram. Hologram, what's going on, bro?
What's good? What's good?
Man, we here, man. We going to talk. We got the Mid-Mo, bro. He's going to show up a little bit later after he get out the shower and get himself together and stuff. He's going to come through and give us his few pennies about, what we're going to talk about. And a lot of pretty much this podcast, and we're probably going to be here for about maybe a good hour tops. I don't want to make it too long. I got to get ready for our boys watch along against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight on Sunday Night Football. Hopefully you guys will stick around for that too. But we're going to talk about the possibility of, all these WrestleMania ideas, and the majority of it is coming from just the main event scene in WrestleMania, which is right there. Y'all see it right there. WrestleMania 41 will be in Vegas. And you got so many players in just the main event scene. You got a Drew McIntyre. You got a Seth Rollins. You got CM Punk. You have John Cena. You have Roman Reigns. You have Cody Rhodes. And, of course, you have The Rock. And at the end of the day, all this is going to circle around to what The Rock wants to do at WrestleMania. But like I was talking to Hologram. I talked to the bro from the Mo earlier about this. It's pretty much that Triple H is going to put his pieces in order. But he's going to leave enough room to where The Rock can just insert himself in whatever the hell he wants to do, man. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, press that bell for all notifications, man. And share to keep your people aware for when we go live. You know what I'm saying? Hit that thumbs up, man. RKO the shit out of that thumbs up, man. We got Scripps up in here. What's up, Scripps? Make sure y'all go subscribe to Scripps on his channel, man. Doing real good over there, man. Of course, he's going to tell you the same thing I just said. We are growing. We're close to that 1,200 mark. And hopefully we can get there before the new year. It's only just a few subscribers we need. Kratos, what's going on, Kratos? Are others allowed to join? I'll drop the link for you here in just a bit. I don't know. Hopefully Jeremy makes it. It takes him like 3 days to get ready for, anything these days. Patrick Palmer, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. But I want to start off right here because, and happy holidays to everybody as well. Hope you all have a great holiday and such and such. Don't get too messed up. But I want to start with this because let's look at our world champions, and we know that Triple H on the Raw on Netflix debut pre-show the other day, he said that WrestleMania season is going to start January 6th on that episode of Raw. I can't sit here and tell you what I expect, but right now, the only thing that I'm looking at is night 1, night 2, WrestleMania. And people want to know what is Punk's favorite to Paul Heyman. JD yesterday on his podcast mentioned that the favorite could be to have a main event spot with Roman Reigns. Okay, cool. That's cool. So JD mentioned the story about how will we get there. And JD came up with something like Seth Rollins will be facing Gunther at the Royal Rumble, and Seth Rollins would win. If he would win the Royal Rumble, and I actually have to ask this question towards JD, because JD mentioned that Seth Rollins, because CM Punk would be in the Royal Rumble, and JD mentioned that Seth Rollins would come down and cost CM Punk the Rumble. Like, I understand getting that part of the story going, but you're the world champion. Why would you care to go to the ring? Go to the ring just to get somebody eliminated. I got a different approach about it. If that's the case, if Seth Rollins goes on and beats Gunther at the Royal Rumble, Why not just let Punk win the Rumble? I've already called at the beginning of this year. After this year's Royal Rumble, I've already said Punk is winning next year's Rumble. I've automatically said that. You can go back and check if you want to. I've already said that. And then, I just don't know. Like, Hooli, help me, Hooli. How do you see? What is a path you can see of Punk and Rollins meeting at WrestleMania for the world title? We'll start with that.
I personally don't think it's going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. I think they're going to go a different direction, but that's just my take on it.
I feel that. I really do feel that. I think it might have been the original plan.
That's what we were going to get this last WrestleMania of this year earlier, but
this year,
it happens.
And then I thought maybe they wanted to revisit it, same place at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and I would have been okay with it, but to be honest, I think the largest caliber match that WWE can make, and I'm all for holding off until it's right. It feels right. The timing's right. Enough story has built up.
Okay.
But a lot of times, a lot of unforeseen things happen that you can't control, and then sometimes you don't get to that payoff if you wait. So WWE always is like, as soon as they have an idea on something that they think is big, they're just going to rush it, right? So a lot of people probably do want Punk and Rollins at Mania. You have to go, I think you have to kind of crap on a couple of guys that are already champion right now in order to get that, though, which I don't think WWE is going to do. So I honestly think the biggest match they can make for WrestleMania 41, because we've already gotten Roman and Cody for the last 2 years. They could do a trilogy Mania, but I honestly think people are just tiring of Cody Rhodes' babyface, cheesy character right now. And I think The Rock is going to come in and continue where he left off with Cody earlier in the year. So I think the biggest match that WWE has, aside from Rock versus Cody Rhodes at Mania for one of the nights, the other one is going to be CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. And they're both Paul Heyman guys, so that's the catalyst to fuse those two together to make it make sense. Yeah.
I can get behind that because I like the idea of Punk versus Roman. Truth be told, there's some history behind that. And with the Shield and everything like that. And Future said, and Future right here, we're getting Punk and Rollins on January 6th. JD mentioned something about it being somewhat of a trilogy. You get one on Netflix, and then you get another match, maybe somewhere down the line.
They could do a triple threat at Mania with Reigns, Punk, and Rollins. Or maybe a four-way even with Drew McIntyre involved, because supposedly Drew McIntyre is supposed to get a big push.
Why not do Punk? Why not do Punk, Rollins, Gunther for the world title? Punk doesn't get pinned. I mean, but who would take the pin at that point? Because Seth Rollins wants that world title back. Punk wants a shot at the world championship.
We still got KO going after Cody. Randy Orton has to come. See, the dope thing is by this time last year, coming into the new year, we kind of had an idea of who we already knew Cody was going to win the Rumble and get his manufactured Mania spot, right? We were already talking about that at this time last year before we even got to Royal Rumble, right? So we didn't know The Rock shows up January 1st or 2nd or whenever it was, and then we get the Rumble. Well, they pushed the Rumble about a month back now. Also, Mania is pushed back by about 2 or 3 weeks from what it normally is.
Yeah. Because Rumble's February 1st?
The great part about this time, though, is there's so many players involved on SmackDown and Raw. We don't know what the direction is about to happen because there's so many different roads leading to Mania.
And that is amazing.
It's unpredictable. I think we're going to get, I felt like the ride last year was sick just because I'm a sucker for nostalgia, and being an Attitude Era kid, seeing The Rock, I'm just always going to mark out. Even though it was kind of douchey and it was kind of forced, and I get why people had a problem with it. even though I enjoyed it. I think this year is going to be a total, like, at least so far, it's shaping up to be a really unpredictable wild ride. I hope they don't make it blatantly obvious in the next couple of weeks. I hope they drag it out and
man,
just keep
I
us
agree.
guessing for the next couple months.
Please. I like the guessing game when it comes to professional wrestling. I don't want to
Same. Especially
anticipate
for
your guess.
Mania season.
Yes. So, okay. So we can see those little paths right there that's going to be needed out or meted out for CM Punk. Let's talk about again. Let's talk about Seth Rollins. What about his direction? He got this match on Netflix with CM Punk. Seth Rollins clearly made his indication that he wants that world championship title back. He's got to get to that opportunity, whether if it be just a one-on-one match against Gunther at the Rumble, or maybe Seth Rollins is in the Rumble himself. The plan for Seth Rollins, in my opinion, and I don't think there is a solid plan for Seth Rollins. I'm gonna put that out there first. I don't think there's a solid plan. I think Seth Rollins is just one of those pieces that you can insert into a match, into a mini feud, anything that'll get him on that WrestleMania card. I think that's Seth Rollins. He is that particular piece right there.
I have an idea. I
Okay.
think since they I think that since they said a week or two ago that The Rock and Cody have already filmed a handful of vignettes depending on the direction they want to go, I think they're doing Rock Cody for that direction. I think we're getting Reigns versus Punk also at Mania, and then I think, because what I think is going to happen, like, think about the year that Drew McIntyre had with Punk, right? Now, we started out the year, we thought we were getting Rollins and Punk at Mania. That was the trajectory until Punk got hurt. That threw a
Right.
wrench in everything. We end up switching to McIntyre versus Punk. They end up having, in my opinion, the feud of the year. Okay, so
Wait. Hold
now,
on. Let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there real quick. Just a
what?
little side question I want to ask you. WWE, well, not WWE, Sports Illustrated named Drew McIntyre and CM Punk rivalry of the year. And I want to
Okay,
ask everybody in the chat this question. Was that feud, was that rivalry, was that better than Swerve and Hangman?
yes, and I'll tell you this, because it made sense.
It did.
It was booked correctly. It wasn't like, oh man, that guy should have won. Why did you have this guy go over? AEW was very it was like they didn't know which direction they wanted to go every time Swerve and Hangman met. And then Hangman or Swerve ends up winning all of their matches except for like one, and then it's like, well, now Hangman's not believable. They didn't do that with Punk and and McIntyre. And I think what we're getting now is Rollins is going to start doing to Punk what McIntyre couldn't, and he's going to throw it in
Yeah.
McIntyre's face. And I think we're going to get McIntyre and Rollins at Mania.
Ooh.
Because if they're going to do a trilogy with Punk and Rollins, you can't have them fight on Netflix and then what, Rumble or Elimination Chamber and then Mania. Like that's a trilogy that's too rushed. You got to stretch that out over some time, in my opinion.
I
So
like that.
that's I
I
think what
like
the
that.
direction they're going to go for Mania.
I like that. I like that. Now with this
Because Rollins
man,
is going to be like,
I like
haha, to Drew McIntyre. And Drew
yeah.
McIntyre is going to, his jealousy and his rage that, how is this guy half my size getting to do to Punk why couldn't I do that to Punk? Yeah, McIntyre, we all think we've seen Psycho Drew McIntyre. I don't think we've seen, I think
No,
he's
we
just
ain't got
getting
the Scottish
cooking.
psychopath. We have not seen the Scottish psychopath since before Brock Lesnar.
I think we're
Since
just
before
getting
Brock
started.
Lesnar. Yeah, we haven't even got that. I like that path with Seth Rollins because right now everybody got this disdain with the bloodline and CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens. There's rumors out there that Drew McIntyre and Seth and KO after the new year is supposed to form this alliance against the OG bloodline. You know, we're going to wait and see if that happens. But to ultimately end up facing Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania, going through the Royal Rumble, something may happen in the Royal Rumble that may cost Seth Rollins his world title match against Gunther, or something that may cause Seth Rollins to be eliminated, and it might be Drew McIntyre's fault. That could be a good way to get there. I like that idea. I like that. What's going on, Rage? How you doing, Rage? Everybody say what up to Rage? I
Good,
like
Rage.
that, man. I'm gonna pencil that. I'm a pencil that in. I like that. Seth versus Drew at WrestleMania 41 in Vegas. Then
Yeah.
you got Punk versus Roman. So let's talk about Gunther. What does Gunther do going into WrestleMania? He got I don't know. I don't think he has a now. He doesn't have a championship match on the debut episode on Netflix. I don't think. At least I don't remember if he does or if he doesn't.
He doesn't,
But,
I don't believe. Oh, is it
but
Logan Paul?
it might. I know Logan Paul mentioned Gunther. I don't know if they made that match. Me personally, with watching that kickoff show for Netflix for Raw, and Logan Paul coming out there saying everything that he said about being cocky and doing all this other stuff, I think, and I put it on Twitter. You can book this. You can damn near book this. I think Logan Paul is going to go one-on-one on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix against Penta, Cieto Metal.
Who?
I think Logan Paul and Penta on Raw, on the 6th. I think that's happening. You can book that. I think it's Penta versus Logan Paul on the Netflix episode of Raw, debut January 6th. I am telling you, you cannot tell me WWE don't pull no shit like this. Oh my goodness.
I'm down for that. I think they're doing Penta versus Rey Mysterio, but I'd be down for Logan Paul.
Because there was a rumor that Rey Mysterio is going to be looking for a partner to team up against Kofi and Xavier, and then people were saying that it's going to be Penta there too. But for some reason,
Penta supposed to debut on Netflix? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I think he will debut on Netflix. I think Penta will debut on Netflix. And I'm not gonna say 100%. I'm more about 80-85% sure that that's what's going to happen.
Can I respond to a comment in the chat?
Yeah.
Just Future saying that he understands they want the star power for the debut, but he doesn't understand why they're putting Roman Solo on January 6th Netflix. I think so. Roman needs to have momentum going into WrestleMania, but if they drag out him getting his status of tribal chief and the Ulafala, if they push that towards like late January, February, March, I don't think that's enough time for him to be looked at as like they've got to get Solo away from being him calling himself the tribal chief so that Roman can get that status back, and then they can start focusing on what he's doing into the Rumble and then towards the Mania build. So that's why I think they're having this match put, because I could see him waiting to Rumble and having Roman versus Solo, but they must want to be doing something else by then. So, and it's Roman Reigns, like Script said, they paid $5 billion for Roman Reigns. So
I would like to add to that. I think that it's Netflix. It's Raw on Netflix debut episode, so you know they're going to want to make this as big as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And I think The Rock is going to show up too. So I think that's why they're putting it on Monday Night Raw, and that will coincide and go with everything that Hologram just said, because it's now the official start of WrestleMania season. So now we're going to start
that portal, that like transfer portal window Future is open. So people are about to be shifting sides in the next couple of weeks, they said.
So I think it, and yes, absolutely, Script. It is because WWE paid $5 billion for Raw. Yes, to end all of that. What if we get Roman versus Jacob Fatu? I'll be fine with that at WrestleMania. But I mean, and we'll get there. We're definitely going to get there, because I have that written down. I literally have that written down. I have it written down. So we're definitely going to get it. But I want to talk about Gunther and what. And
Jacob Fatu versus Roman at Mania over Punk. That is not a bigger draw.
Who? Gunther? Wait, who?
No, Roman versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania is not going to be a bigger match than Roman versus Punk.
It's not going to be a bigger draw. Although people do want to see that match, it's not going to be a bigger draw though. I
And if you
actually
take
believe.
Punk and Roman, to me, because obviously the go between of Paul Heyman, and now Paul Heyman owes Punk a favor, right?
That's right.
Whereas you could do Punk versus Gunther, and that's still, because we all know that, who reported it, SRS, or I don't remember who reported it the other day, that WWE really wants a title match for Punk at Mania, right? So sorry about that if that made a noise. You could do Gunther and Punk, but I just think it makes more sense with Paul Heyman and CM Punk being the OG Heyman guy to do Punk Reigns is going to make the most money in my opinion.
And you could do Gunther and Punk, and that was kind of where I was going at the beginning of the year, towards the beginning and middle of the year.
Well, and Punk came out after he beat Drew and said he wanted to go. Didn't he say he called out Gunther?
Yeah,
didn't he?
Yeah. He wanted a world title shot.
Yeah,
that's what he said right after Bad Blood.
But he said that because that was the Raw champion, and I think we might end up getting them two guys switching shows. So he would have to go for Punk because he's on Raw in that case.
So with Gunther, when it comes to Gunther, first of all, does anybody believe that Gunther will be world champion going into WrestleMania?
He could. I mean, he's had hella long reigns.
So with him going to WrestleMania, first of all, I don't think Gunther's challenger will come from the Rumble. I think it will come out of the Elimination Chamber. How about on his farewell tour, who, by the way, was announced that he will be a full-time competitor during his farewell tour, the 16-time world champion possibly could get that number 17.
Oh, I forgot. There's some, and then we still have KO. We got Randy Orton coming back. John Cena needs to be in. Dude, there's so many people from both shows. It's like, I don't know actually what they've got. So many options. I don't even know if they know what they're doing.
Gunther literally has nothing to do.
I can see Gunther and Cena. That would go hard.
I think Cena comes in. He does not win the Rumble, but he will win the Elimination Chamber.
He could.
And Cena will go on to WrestleMania 41 and challenge Gunther. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you our bro from the Mo. Fresh out of the shower. He done had his coffee in him. That caffeine, that's right. It is the Mid-Mo Smart Jeremy. What's going on, bro?
Shit, I need more coffee if they're trying to go that direction. But yeah.
What's good, bro?
So can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Super.
So, man, how you doing,
Not
man?
too much,
What's going on? How you doing,
Well, I'm on winter shutdown for my job, and I'm about to go start shopping again, trying to keep making more money. But no, I'm just kind of enjoying being lazy for the last few days. Hooli, it's good to see you, bro. Hope everything is well.
Breathing. You know how it is.
Well, you keep on breathing. We all want to see you. We all want to see you.
So do I. You know, gotta get the boys back together, man. Gotta get the boys back together. I guess the only person we're missing is Rob, but whatever. But nah, Hooli. Well, let me go back. Let me go to Jeremy first and catch him up a little bit, because we sit here, we're talking about. I'm pretty sure you've been listening, and just
who's that new guy? Future said.
Let me turn on the chat. Oh shit. The caffeine captain. Who's that new guy? Fucking.
But I'm gonna give you
busy making freedom seeds. Pause.
Pause. I'm gonna give you the names. We talked about Seth Rollins. We talked about Gunther, Cody. We're talking about Punk, Roman, John Cena. Jacob Fatu has even been brought up in the whole situation. And we're trying to figure out of these 6 or 7 guys, we're trying to figure out their final WrestleMania destination as far as what match we're projecting that they're probably going to be in. Yeah, we're future booking. So what?
Are you? First of all, we got to ask him. Are you caught up on have you been seeing what's going on and everything?
Oh, ever so slightly. I haven't really been having a whole lot of time to watch live, and that takes away a lot of the bullshit. But I'm basically here for booking decisions and what sounds good, what might work.
Yes,
I'm just kind of here. Y'all can fill me in as much as you want. I'm here.
Did you hear anything of the show before you got on the box, by chance?
Not perhaps not lately. No, I watched a few minutes.
Did you watch Me and Otis before you got in the box?
I was watching a few minutes, but I was busy trying to get things together, so it's my own fault.
No, I was just curious because I didn't know if I didn't want to have to repeat myself if I didn't need to. You know what I mean?
Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, we're just.
My apologies.
No,
you're good, bro.
We're just placing strategically placing people in here, and like you said, Jeremy, just whatever sounds good, whatever sounds logical. And now remember, now we talked over the phone before I went live, and
yeah,
I told you that we was going to keep you caught up as best as possible as far as where everything is looks like it might be planned out, because I'm going by each name, and for each name we're going to go starting on Netflix. We're starting on Netflix January 6th.
Did you see the Netflix kickoff by any chance?
I did not, or at least nothing that I can recall at the moment. Like say, everything's kind of been a whirlwind. I really apologize. I am slightly unprepared. Understated.
Well, hey, it's a good hour. It's a good hour watch. If you haven't watched, it's a good hour to watch, man.
I'm going to spend a lot of time this week catching up. So,
just a little small, quick review. Kratos, what's going on? I would love to get, man. I mean, this is probably the four powerful, the four most powerful people right here, who can give the best knowledge of everything that's going on as far as when it comes up to this year's WrestleMania. Real quick, at the end of the day, me and Hooli said that.
Oh shit, I'm live. Shit, hold on.
Yeah, yes, you're here. Hooli mentioned Seth versus Drew, and the way how that happens, it was absolutely amazing. I do feel like that's the direction they're going to go. It's going to end up being Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 41. As much as Jeremy, how do you feel about that? As much as how do you feel about that?
Well, with Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, like they've exhausted a lot of other angles that they could have. But at this point, it sounds good on paper. With the anger and frustration that Drew's just maintained through the last year, if not more. I don't know. It just makes sense.
It does make sense. And I like the idea of Hooligan came
up with.
Should I? Hold on, wait a minute. I like the idea that Hooli came up in with Kratos. If you ain't busy, Kratos. Kratos be just so busy. Here, I'll do this real quick. Hold up. We'll do that. I'll let Future. I sent you one though.
Get Future up here.
Yeah, hold on. I sent Future one.
No, you said the top four. You, Jeremy, me, Kratos, and Future sitting over on the side box going, hey, let me know when you're ready for a fourth.
With the originators. The originators before anybody else started coming on. Jesus, jerks. The hell? Hold up. Check your DMs, Future. There you go.
What Otis meant,
right,
he meant OTS moderators. That's what Otis meant.
Yes.
Well, I know.
Yes, the original moderators, man. The original moderators, man.
That's me and you. That's me and you, bro.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about Seth and Drew. Then we went on to Punk, and I guess everybody could be in agreement on Punk versus Roman.
Well, I'm also I was also under the assumption that there was going to be more to go between Seth and Punk. So, and potentially a WrestleMania match. So, like, say at this point, like, say with Drew and Seth trying to mix it up, it only makes it a triple threat, at least in my mind, by WrestleMania time. Because there's no way that this whole thing between Punk and Drew is done. There's no fucking way. That's as much as I can say about it. Jesus Christ.
Now, we're trying to have a cordial conversation. I do have another watch along to get ready for it over in a couple hours. But
looking like character.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, because JD mentioned in his off the script that we could get a match on Netflix, which is what we're going to get for Punk and Rollins. But then we also could get another match in between there and Fill in the Bleach. Oh, what the hell? Anyways,
I work at night, you fuckface.
But we can also get a 3-part match between Punk and Rollins before, even ending at WrestleMania. And I don't think that's necessary. I don't. The idea that Hologram came up with that led Seth Rollins into Drew McIntyre for WrestleMania, maybe for the title, maybe without the title. I don't know. Because we are talking about Gunther as well, as far as his plans for WrestleMania and all arrows. Because if you're gonna have
they planted seeds though, like if you pay attention to Survivor Series, they planted the seeds with Roman and Punk in that cage.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yes, they did.
And with the whole them talking about Paul Heyman coming to Punk in the ring in the summertime, saying, "I need your help." I mean, they've been planting the seed for Punk and Reigns pretty much all year, if you think about it, just hinting at it, while they've already had the guys doing their other things that they had been doing.
Yeah, so I need to be reminded of that. No,
that's why I think that they're going to do something with Punk and Rollins, and maybe not Punk and Rollins at Mania. Maybe they do Drew and Rollins at Mania. Maybe they don't wait that long. Maybe Drew and Rollins have something going until Mania, and then, like Jeremy said, it's either a triple threat of sorts, or maybe they even just do a 4-way with Punk, Reigns, Drew, and Seth. Who knows?
I don't know, but then you
got KO and
you start talking about
he could be coming back. I mean, it's like, who knows?
And we could have a Paul Heyman on a pole match.
I just got a visual of Paul Heyman and his rotund frame with a pole shoved up his ass, and that was quite a visual.
That's hilarious. So I like that. I like that idea.
Spinning around and around.
Yeah, I like that idea. That would be great.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Here's an idea, though. Here's an idea that no one's talking about. What if The Rock interferes on Punk and Rollins, and then Rock ends up facing The Rock at the Rumble, and then Punk faces The Rock at the Rumble for the spot at the number 30?
Well, the thing is like this, Kratos, and because I'm going by each person individually first, because The Rock is the center of everything.
It already happened 12 years ago.
Yeah, because The Rock is the center of everything. Like, ain't no like I said, Triple H is going to put his pieces according to what he needs, but he's going to leave enough room for The Rock to just drop into anything that he wants to do. And if The Rock is live right now saying, I am going to be at WrestleMania doing blah 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 blah, then Triple H can line the rest of those pieces up to go along with The Rock. But right now he's just leaving enough room for where The Rock could just put himself into anything. But
and that just comes with the territory.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, and we'll talk about the
territory.
Yeah. And we'll talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about The Rock because right now, like we talked about Seth and the path Seth is going to take that could possibly lead him to Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 41, which was a very brilliant idea by Hologram. Then we talk about Punk. We're all in agreements that it's probably going to end up being Punk versus Roman Reigns, and that might be the favor that Punk gets from Paul Heyman.
Very possibly.
Gunther, there's only one thing. If you got from what we're saying right now that I have right here on this paper, if it is for Gunther, if everybody's all locked up the way that it is right now, there's only one person that can take up that spot for Gunther. If he walks out of the Royal Rumble as still world champion, and Gunther were to show up at WrestleMania as champion, the only person that's going to challenge him at WrestleMania for that title on the spot is John Cena. Book that.
Dun, dun, dun.
You can book that. You can 100%.
Here's another person that's supposedly getting a push that we haven't talked about. What do you see happening with two guys actually? What do you see happening with Damian Priest and Finn Balor?
And that's another thing.
Damian Priest apparently has a big push coming soon because he's considered a locker room leader now.
I heard that about Finn Balor a couple weeks ago. Is getting a push.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, you said Priest.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Balor. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
They said that about Balor. Now, the thing when it comes to, I have no idea what they're going to do with this. Damian
He wants
Priest
Gunther,
and
doesn't
Balor.
he? So they could be doing something with.
I'd imagine.
They've already done Priest and
They're
Gunther.
done. They're done. They lost. They lost at the Saturday Night Main Event Triple Threat match to Gunther. They're done. They can go feud about whatever else and whoever. They have no more opportunities for quite a while now to go after Gunther.
Right.
I think maybe because Balor's going to get he's going to separate from Judgment Day, and I think Balor's probably going to end up going to SmackDown anyway. Either that or Priest. Either that or Priest. If Rhea Ripley loses Monday, she's going to SmackDown. I guarantee you that.
I don't know.
I definitely guarantee you that. Ugh,
there's no way she's going to SmackDown because they haven't crowned Tiffany Stratton yet.
No, they haven't. They've still got to have that match. That's right.
God, did you? I know they still got to have that match, but did you guys forget who's coming back? I don't want to mention the android's name. There's your WrestleMania match for Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, that's true.
Will be champion at
But if Rhea
WrestleMania.
Ripley goes to SmackDown,
If she goes, that's just more for the women's division. That's just more for the.
but I'm
women's
saying
division.
you can't not put her in the main event for WrestleMania. She's been there all year. Charlotte hasn't.
She had, and that's
So
true.
are we going to go back to like a triple threat Mania again?
Why'd you
Oh
say her
God,
name?
please no.
That's
Charlotte
the
gets.
problem
She
when you
gets
got.
the auto insert.
Yeah, that's the problem when you've already got default status and there are too many people that you can put into that main spot. It's just.
Yeah.
That's
know,
why
like
they're
there's
adding
too
two
many open
titles,
ends.
right? So when Charlotte comes back, they'll put her in contention for either the women's US or the IC title. She doesn't have to go right into the main title picture.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
the women.
I'm not gonna lie though, on
And
paper,
she's been out for long enough that she better start from the fucking bottom this time. She
Yeah.
better.
I
Absolutely.
her
I
and
agree.
Chelsea, Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green for that new US title that
I'm down
has
with that.
money written all over it. So
I'm down with
yeah,
that.
That's good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. So and that's all fine and dandy. Now, when it comes to Damian Priest, first of all, let me say this. I do believe that Rhea Ripley will win the world championship on Raw. She will stay on the Terra Twins will stay on Raw. I do think Judgment Day is going to break up. I do think that Carlito might go to SmackDown. I do believe that Finn might go to SmackDown. That's what I believe. On to the next one. Let's talk about Cody. Let's talk about Cody and his possible
No. Oh, sorry.
path. And his possible path to WrestleMania.
Julian,
And, we know,
well, it's either gonna be. I don't know.
Sorry, I have
That-
Paul's future. My bad.
Cody
Oh
needs
my
a heel
God.
turn and stat.
Yeah, I would love to see him go. What you guys all have heard me talk about back when he was still with AEW, when he came back from that movie role and he had jet black hair and was wearing all the dark. Like, I think they were trying to tease something like that just never really came to fruition. But that's kind of the motif that I'd like to see in AEW or in WWE. Sorry, I'd like to see that happen because they were gonna pull the trigger and for whatever reason didn't. And I think part of it had to do with him cornering himself. But no, that kind of dark. I want to see, like, he's the American Nightmare, but he's been emulating the Dream for how long now? With that blonde hair, I need a heel turn as well. Like Kratos is not wrong. We need a heel turn stat, and whether
he's been flashing heelish tendencies as of late, hasn't he?
Yeah, well, a little bit, yeah. With the at the behest of at the behest of either The Rock or Roman or hell, even CM Punk.
Did you see Survivor Series?
I did.
He put the finisher on the chair, right?
Yep.
Crossroads.
But that was the Saturday main event. That was
main event. Sorry, main event.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, he did the crossroads on the chair. Yeah.
And even then, can we just take a second to appreciate Jesse Ventura and his commentary style? Because he will always call it like it is.
Always call it like it is. I'm so happy he's coming back for the next one and the next one, bro.
Oh yeah, he should be a mainstay on that show.
He's like, that's your champion. He just cheated.
And then the ref counting outside of the ring didn't help matters either.
That was cringy to me. That's the first time I've ever seen the ref be on the outside of the ring and count a pinfall inside the ring. That was weird.
Like under the pretense,
I thought it was bullshit.
Well, under the pretense where they could not be in any other advantageous place to see the pin properly. That's the only pretense that I will be okay with if they bother to ever explain it. But no, like say it should normally be held. The count should be inside the ring. Like whether you didn't see whether his hand was like going underneath and through the ropes to hit the mat, right? It wasn't like.
But if the wrestler can put their hand under the rope to break the count, the ref shouldn't be able to put his hand under the rope to count it. That's just my thing.
And that's fair.
Right.
Well, and everything was perfectly in place for an Earl Hebner run out, and we didn't get it.
But they played up to the Earl Hebner run out by having the other ref run out and then getting squashed. Because that's immediately what I thought of when Robinson took the bump and fell out the ring, and then they had the other dude come in. It just reminded me of old school Hebner shenanigans.
Shit,
bro.
if there's anybody like say that's still in the game, need to get Brian Hebner, the younger Earl's son. It's either Earl or David's son.
He's
David's son, and he already worked for WWE, and I think he got.
But yeah, he's in TNA right now. He's in TNA right now.
Well, he's not a bad referee, but
No,
I don't know exactly what happened to where he was annexed from the company. But at the same time, like I really think that he just in the legacy, in the fashion of legacies to bring back to the show. I feel like the Hebner name would be a great thing to at least maybe have on a Saturday night main event or concurrently show to show. Who knows?
Right.
Brian Hebner retired. Oh wow. Okay.
You saw the.
I wasn't aware of that.
The after video, right, with KO attacking Cody.
Yeah, I did see
giving
that.
him a package pile driver, and then when Cody fell, he was given the.
I don't agree with them keeping stuff like that off the show, though. I don't agree with them just updating us. Yeah, they should have had that been.
They couldn't get a 2 minute.
You know why I think they did it that way? If you check the YouTube numbers across the board, they're still sticking it to AEW. That's why they did it off air because AEW's YouTube numbers are significantly like way the fuck down, right? And across social media, everything since Survivor Series involving like Cody and the Bloodline and stuff on social media is garnering like 70-80 million fucking views, bro.
They've been doing nothing but like you said, sticking it to AEW. They've been giving
in every which way on TV and the ratings and the YouTube views everywhere.
They have been giving them a steady prescription dose of their own medicine.
It's like watching two fighters
They're
boxing, and one is just tattooing the other one in the shoulders, in the arms, in the chest, in the belly, in the face, everywhere, bro. Just getting pummeled from every angle.
And I'm going to talk about AEW too once we finish with this, just for a little hot second.
But, we were doing so good too.
Where do you see? Who do you see Cody facing at WrestleMania? Do you see him facing Rock? Is it Roman?
No.
Or you know,
I
like,
think
like we're,
we've already had Cody and
Cody and Roman.
Roman last year. We
And
had
I
Cody and
think we're
Roman
gonna
this
get
year
past
Cody
before
and
that.
Roman again. I wouldn't do it for a third
I would do it.
WrestleMania in a row.
I would do it at SummerSlam, this coming SummerSlam, maybe.
They could do it anytime. They could do it. They could
Yeah,
do
they
it.
could.
They could do it in
Okay.
Saudi. They could save it for a European, like a backlash. Because WWE is going to be on the road a lot in
Yes, they are.
2025 with
Yes, they are.
But
smaller shows that they do
I
PLEs. But
if I'm being honest though, we need to have Rock and Roman. We had to have Rock versus Roman once Roman is done with this whole bloodline bullshit with Solo, because I mean there's still stones to be unturned or overturned from the last time before last WrestleMania when, like, say, Roman's the tribal chief, but Rock is the high chief. He's always been.
right.
Yeah.
He still is. So that, like, say, it's whether who's questioning that and who's making themselves out to be a hierarchically the big dog.
And that's why, to answer Future's question about why they're doing Roman and Solo on Netflix, because I think once Roman gets his status of tribal chief back, he's gonna. Because remember, who's the ones? Oh, Drew is the one saying Roman hasn't changed at all. He's the same exact dude that y'all got tricked and fell for helping him out when he's done nothing to show you that he's different, right?
Yeah.
So I think once Roman gets his status back, he's gonna go into he's gonna start cutting promos like I'm the only tribal chief, and then it's gonna make The Rock think, well, no, you're not, motherfucker. There's still me, like, and that could fucking cause a rift between them two, and then that's how we get maybe Rock Roman
that's what
at WrestleMania.
That's kind of what we were hoping, at least night one.
It just depends on if they want to do that this year, if they want to hold off till next year.
Well, the way that I look at it is
come up to Dwayne.
that's a good idea, Willie. That's a good idea. But if you want to do Rock and Roman, then if it is, like Jeremy said, if it is that The Rock is going to come out and proclaim himself as the high chief, which will be appropriate to me, I think Rock and Roman should battle for the.
That's always been Rock's in, as far as like main event status, main event territory when it comes to that whole bloodline situation.
And this bloodline thing, when it started, the end game was always Rock versus Roman. So we're getting Rock versus Roman to finish this whole fucking thing off at some point. It's just how long. I mean, they're milking it for all it's worth. I can see them waiting and holding off until 42 to have Rock and Roman.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to squeeze every last drop they can out of this bloodline story.
And if that happens, what does that leave CM Punk?
Well, he can be added to the mix, however, in whatever equation. But we all know that eventually they're waiting
for Rock Roman until next year. I mean, till 2026.
Well, was the rumor that I was hearing that they at least want him to be in a main event
title match,
world title match, or did they want him to be in that match and also take the title?
They want him to be in one of the night's main events title matches. They said.
Okay, so whether he wins or loses is up for speculation.
And that's the thing. Though.
Yeah,
Mike. Man, Mike, I've been hearing about this all week, and the answer is no. Not here yet, but not yet. So, and that's the thing, and that's the thing that's confusing me, because Punk wants a main event match. I'm not sure if it was for a world title or what, but Punk wants a main event match. Would you do Punk versus Cody for the WWE Championship at Mania, and do Rock and Roman at Mania?
No,
really,
I would do Reigns Punk because it doesn't need the title.
Right.
Okay,
that whole situation what happened at War Games
next year.
That whole interaction and whatever that happened in the cage at War Games, but whenever Roman was trying to go out and Punk just totally stonewalled him like that.
Well, Punk tried to go out and Roman stonewalled him and let Sammy go in front and go before. So that happened at War Games.
Well, just throughout the entire match, there was a lot of stepping on Roman and Roman trying to take hold of everything and take control, and then Punk was like, nope, Like there's something's got to be done about that, regardless of whether just however that plays out, that needs to be addressed.
And while and speaking of addressing the situation, while we're sitting here, we're talking about Roman and Punk. What do you guys think the favor of CM Punk was to Paul Heyman?
It has to have been a solo match against Roman, or potentially a world championship match if Roman potentially beats Cody down the line to get the title
think
back.
the favor is,
I don't know,
if Roman gets the title back by Mania, that Punk gets a shot at him at Mania. That's what I think the favor is.
Yeah, that's a fair, more like direct.
Because we don't necessarily
is that
know.
Too obvious though? A title shot, is that too obvious?
It would.
Well, what else could it be though?
What else is it going to be for?
Yeah, what else could it be?
I'm just saying.
He's not going to join the bloodline.
No.
I said this.
For the sake of discussion, though, it's like, man, is it so obvious? You know, are we getting glass onion here? We're looking into it too much.
This is what I said. I said, what if the favor is for Paul Heyman to kind of coerce Gunther to give him a world title shot?
How is Gunther going to be coerced by Paul Heyman?
That was my thought.
You know, like
Gunther's going to be like, "Who the fuck are you, fat boy? I'm not doing shit, you old goat, you old penguin ass looking motherfucker."
But who can deny Paul Heyman though? Nobody
doesn't give a fuck about Paul Heyman. Gunther's got nothing. Paul Heyman has no effect on Gunther whatsoever.
Yeah, he has not. There is no stock that. I mean,
it's nothing. There's nothing in it for Gunther to listen to Paul Heyman.
He has
everything to lose and nothing to gain. He has nothing to gain by listening.
And I understand that, but what if it's just like one of those on behalf?
Well, I mean, and here's the thing: getting Gunther, who's the title holder, the world title holder.
But Punk doesn't need Paul Heyman, who he technically doesn't have an alignment with, to help him get a match against Gunther. Punk can just get under Gunther's skin himself.
It's got to be Seth. In which case, it's got to be Seth.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Seth?
For them to, good for the War Raiders. I just saw their title win.
Yeah.
So
Seth, what about?
I mean, you've got a whole bunch of different names, totally centered around this world title situation.
Yes.
The undisputed title situation with Cody, and you've got Seth, Punk, Roman,
Drew.
All these different all of these different names. But where does Gunther fall in line? Where?
That's what I'm saying. We've got KO, Sami Zayn, returning Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Finn Balor. I mean, there's so many motherfuckers in the mix for these two titles. We don't know who's going for what title.
I'm throwing
John Cena. You got to throw in there. Fuck yeah. I mean, there's so many dudes added to the mix. We don't know who's going for what at this point. We're just assuming based on what we've been getting all year. But they could totally, with this transfer portal, whoever switches shows in the next couple of weeks. We'll see after this Netflix.
It's almost like we can make the most base predictions and assumptions as to where they're going to go.
Gotta shake things up.
We still got
because Balor and Priest were going for the world heavyweight title all year long, and do we want to see more of that for coming into 25? I just think that we're getting shit shook up.
Although Balor is getting a push, So,
but they're
that's why he's going to SmackDown. That's why I say he's going to SmackDown. That's where he's going to get his push.
Things are going to get shaken up, but there's no way, like say, this is just where the long-term booking comes in, because whether we set these feuds aside that are where this talent that is getting ready to switch shows and be on the opposite show, it'll be something to address later. But at the same time, it's a little bit, things are about to get shaken up to the point where like it's going to be unpredictable. At least that's that way now.
And I love it.
So
I love it. Mm-hmm. We got one more person to talk about, and that is the 16-time world champion on his full-time scheduled farewell tour for this year. And I am talking about John Cena.
Full-time farewell schedule.
No, retirement.
This is, man, look.
There is no way he's doing house shows.
No.
There's no way.
No. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's doing house shows.
Otis.
They say he's
Otis.
going to do at least 6 house shows.
Otis.
But-
Otis. My guy.
What you hear?
Otis. We're not talking about during his retirement tour. We're talking about after he's done.
Oh, after? Oh, no, not after.
You said he's his full-time retirement, or he's retiring permanently.
His
Yeah, he's
reti-
retiring.
his retirement tour, I guess.
He's not
is what
going to
he
be
was
a
trying to
part-time
say.
wrestler, is
Yeah.
what Jeremy was saying.
No, he'll be.
It might be like his in-ring tour.
His in-ring
he's
tour is
gonna-
part-time. He's not going to be full-time next year, but once he's done, he's done.
I think what they're trying to say is that, or at least maybe what Otis is trying to say, is that it's going to be a situation where they are in a position to put him on TV more concurrently week to week. However, he may not be there all the time. He's going to be there.
But during his retirement tour, Otis is correct.
Well,
he is doing house shows.
Of course, it's
he may
not gonna
do
be week for week and stuff. You gotta go by
He may do
the schedule and stuff. But
he may
what
do
I'm
a dozen
saying-
house shows, but
Yeah,
not
but
anything
what I'm
of
saying,
any.
according,
Yeah.
First of all, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to state my source, and that's Ango, because he did a report on it a couple of days ago, and said that he is returning full time, and he has at least 6 house show dates. Like, he's going to be at Madison Square Garden for their shows. He's going to be at some of these other little small venues for their shows, and stuff like that. Like he's going to be on a holiday tour, but I don't know for this holiday tour. I think he's just promoting. I think he's just going out promoting. Oh, I'll be on Netflix. Oh, next year is the last full year that you'll see me. I'll be at WrestleMania. I'll be at Elimination Chamber. He's going to be at the core WWE shows.
Oh yeah, he's going to be all over Netflix because he's going to help
like
Netflix get their fucking some of that $5 billion back next year. His name value alone is going to bring eyes to the product, and now that WWE is on Netflix, it's going to be seen. You can be in any country in the world practically and get it now.
Yep.
As long as you have internet.
Let's talk about the path of John Cena. We know that he's going to show up on Raw. I don't know if he's going to compete. We know he's in the Rumble. He's already made it known that he's going to be in the
Chamber.
Rumble.
They're already advertising him for Toronto's Elimination Chamber.
And I want to start right there. I think he wins the Chamber. I think he goes on to the Chamber and he will face Gunther at WrestleMania 41 in Vegas.
Yeah, give me that.
Sorry, I missed that. Say that one more time.
I look at Cena, and we're going to start with the Chamber. I think Cena wins the Chamber, and he goes on to face Gunther at WrestleMania 41 for number 17.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I don't see him. He's going to be in the Rumble. I don't know if he's going to wrestle on the Netflix episode of Raw. I don't know.
I would think that he would show up. I think he's going to show up to announce that he's going to be he's going to declare himself in the Rumble to start his retirement tour. That's what he's going to do on Netflix. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to be more of a mainstay week to week up until his WrestleMania date. So that's
now
basically, yeah.
I want to ask everybody this question. Cena gets to WrestleMania. He challenges Gunther. Does he win?
I give it to him, but that's me. Just because I'm.
Do we?
I let Gunther retain.
See, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about tarnishing Ric Flair's legacy.
I do. I do. Ric Flair's a bozo. I do. I'll tell you. You want to know why? No. I don't even need to say words here. One visual is all you need. One visual is all you need to know why. This is the main reason why, right?
If you show me a helicopter, I swear to God.
Oh, really? You want a helicopter? I got you, my dude. I got you.
Really? You had to go there, Jeremy?
Woo! I want it shut. Here we go.
Woo! The woo drinks, man. Look at that. Look at that.
I think those are the only 3 that have been purchased in 6 months.
That may have been.
I don't.
Now he just got those as
his
novelties.
return on his investment.
He's like, no, I got these as a promotional gift. It wasn't even, I didn't even pay for them.
They should have replaced the W and put the letter B.
Boo!
Woo!
Oh, that's hilarious.
That
Oh
shit
man!
sucked.
All right,
That shit
future,
sucked.
future.
think
What
about
you
it.
think about? What you think
Honky
about?
Tonk Man had that IC title reign he had that record for how many years? Like Ric Flair's record, in my opinion, there's people that believe that he's the GOAT and their mind's not going to change. Kind of like Michael Jordan versus the LeBron
right.
debate.
Well, and I
Yes.
understand records are definitely meant in the grand scheme of things to be broken, and it would not
Cena
be.
has done.
Yeah.
Cena has never been involved in an outside the WWE scandal. Ric Flair has had many DUIs, many run-ins with law enforcement, many scandals with former wives, all kinds of shenanigans.
Yeah.
Fighting with his children in court about stuff over the years. Like, there's been drama associated with Ric Flair his whole entire career, and John Cena's been like a model citizen. He has to get Ric Flair's record. You have to let him have it.
I mean, personally, you're right. And also, Ric Flair was also arrested with his daughter Charlotte in tow once at a restaurant.
Oh, man,
Kratos
we ain't talking
has
about- we ain't
information I
talking-
think that nobody on Earth knows.
man,
Tommy, did you guys watch the
That is a
the
wild
Being
stat.
Ric Flair the documentary?
All you got to do is just
No, I
swing it in
have-
the breeze when you're stepping out of the shower, bro, and you too can be like Ric Flair.
Pretty much.
Ric
Pretty much.
Flair does not
fucking
know
Josh
where
Allen, man. Fucking Josh Allen sucks, man. What the fuck,
he
man?
does not know where Ric Flair
Bullshit, man.
character and Ric
What?
Flair the guy in.
Fucking
they
Josh
have
Allen,
become-
man. I'm doing a prize picks parlay, and I won 3 of them. But damn it, Josh Allen ain't giving me my damn points, man.
Yes, Kayla, you heard Ric Flair. Woo or boo.
But I think Cena's gonna have a. I don't want to say he's gonna have a
Oh shit, yeah.
easy
yeah.
path, this year. I think he will win the not the Rumble. I think he will win the Elimination Chamber. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him, but he will win the Chamber. He will go against Gunther. I think he will win it. I think he'll get number 17. I think he's going to go ahead and get 17. Now, who does he drop it to towards the end of the year? That right there.
Can we do
I
product
don't know.
placement on this show? Why doesn't my fucking background ever show what I want it to? God damn it.
Mine does that too. You have to
making
like
jerk
turn the
flavored
virtual
wavy
background
potato
off.
chips. That sounds fire.
Of all things, their
Hey.
7-Eleven brand, this is the best flavored potato chip I've ever tasted, hands down.
Jamaican jerk.
Yes.
Yeah, Jamaican jerk. Yeah. They
Never
are
tried
pretty
them
good.
until like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like obsessed with them.
Hey, says Kate.
Hey.
So, but and another thing, I know we talked about Jacob Fatu. I mean, I have no idea what they might do as far as the rest of the bloodline going into WrestleMania. The God and what you call
Well, they have
Solo.
to have him. They have to have him tag with Tama Tonga now because Tongaloa is out.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Tongaloa is hurt, so I have no idea what they're going to do. We can.
And who in their right mind would be upset about that? Soft Style needs to not be in WWE. I don't care. It needs to not be in wrestling, period. Like his moves and the way his cadence in the ring is fucking atrocious. So
Kratos,
no, I'm totally fine.
Kratos, did you watch SmackDown?
I think Kratos is still at work or something like that.
Yeah, he's probably.
Did anyone watch SmackDown?
I haven't
I
watched.
saw the
watched-
highlight. I had to work.
I saw
so
I saw the bits where the Motor City Machine Guns were doing promos and up for they're up for contention.
What did Shinsuke Nakamura do on SmackDown again? I forget. Can somebody tell me what he's got going on? Does anybody know?
He attacked LA Knight, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, that's
Was it
right.
LA
Yeah, that's
Knight?
right. Okay. LA Knight. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I knew he was in, I just couldn't remember what his feud was. I was trying to think of what they were going to end up doing with him going forward.
Yeah, they're
but
trying
for right
something
now, it's
different.
LA Knight.
Okay, so
And is anybody surprised that I'm just seeing that whatever the Wyatt Six they're kind of stuck in the mid card right now. The fuck is up with that?
I
Dexter
mean, I
Loomis
don't see.
There's
I don't
there's
see
no
why-
room for him until the shows go to 3 hours. There's no time.
Yeah,
for him.
like I don't see them moving up in the card no time soon right now. I really don't. Like they're going to feud with maybe the only two factions that are on the group, Final Testament and American Alpha. You know, they're just feuding with them until I guess more shit pop off, or until they can get a little bit more direction, or perhaps it's probably on what Bo wants to do. So we just got to wait and see about the YS6 and how that goes.
I don't know if I've said that. I don't know if I've said this, but Bronson Reed is a great replacement for Tongaloa since he had to take a step away. He just fits in just with the
But we gotta
size.
wait for him to come back too.
Bronson Reed is out until after WrestleMania, buddy. He
Yeah.
broke his
For real?
He's out.
Yeah,
out
He
broke
jumped
his
off the
foot.
top of the cage at Survivor
broke his
Series
foot.
and snapped his
I didn't know.
ankle in half.
I didn't realize that he got seriously injured from
Yeah,
that.
he shattered
bro,
the
he's-
shit out of his
Yeah,
foot.
they show the slow mo, and his whole ankle just goes completely
It's
90
shattered,
degrees
bro.
snap,
It's-
bro. It looked like
Oh,
they show the X-ray.
Yep.
His foot bones are. I mean, he's got pieces of bone everywhere.
It's such a shame because he was fitting in like a glove and he looked really good with them.
Yeah,
You
that's what I was
know
saying.
he's
a perfect
even
match.
though he's from New Zealand, he's Samoan descent. You know that, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And that's why it kind of worked. That he kind of fits in with this. When he joined NXT, they mentioned that he was
He's a-
Samoan. He was a native.
Yeah,
he was an Islander, but from New Zealand, but he was of Samoan descent.
Mhm.
And I was like, I wonder if he's related, and they're just gonna wait, and then like later on down the road, we find out that he's like related. Now, they haven't said that he's related, obviously, but they did end up fusing him into the bloodline, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, for real. I agree.
As opposed to like go with Hikuleo or Zilla or Lance Anoa'i, but I know Lance Anoa'i is kind of probably going to do his own thing in NXT. I don't think he's going to be part of the bloodline, but
Well, at least not right now. Not right now. It might be an idea later on, but yeah, not right now. So as far as the main event picture for WrestleMania 41, that's all that we have. One more thing I want to say is I want to talk about Mr. Ricochet. Rick O'Shea. The thing,
Ricochet.
I think Ricochet needs to keep his mouth shut. I do agree with Jesse. I do agree with Jesse. He probably needs to reinvent himself. He probably needs to bring back Prince Puma, and he needs somebody to speak.
With the mask on.
He needs the mask on. And what I saw, they threw tissue at him at his entrance.
Yeah. What was
I don't know if that was
toilet papered him, bro.
Yeah. What was up with that?
I told you guys, Ricochet is not going to look no different than when he was in WWE.
Yeah, Scripps.
He looks worse because they're letting him fucking say whatever he wants. And what he's coming up with is caw-caw! Caw-caw!
And that's it. That his laughter. All that right there.
He sounds like a fucking parrot.
And it's like,
all things considered, that was a fire match though that he had with Ospreay.
It was the best
fire match.
It was the best one they've had.
I watched Collision last night after the fact. I watched the show after the fact.
I've seen the best Ospreay Ricochet match, and that happened in 2017. So anything else they do from here on out is less than to me and a waste of my time.
Yeah, like in AEW though, but. Like Ricochet has opened up his mouth even outside of wrestling too, and just made himself look like a complete idiot. And
of course,
and it's like, and I watched somebody shout out to Millennial Smart. That's his channel's name, and he said basically he has turned his career just like a great performer. Do not let this man talk any goddamn more.
Does anybody remember when Ricochet joined? What year it was when he joined NXT? Was it 2017 or so?
16. Was it Future? You might know that was Future. Future, you like the statistician, right? What year did Ricochet join NXT?
I'll Google
It was 2018, 2019. It's when it was.
Oh, okay. So I want us to think about this real quick before we get up out of here. And I'm gonna give you guys some homework for when you guys come back to the stream for the Cowboys and Buccaneers game. I'm gonna lay this question out to you guys.
2018.
Yep. Thought so.
Here's the question.
All right.
Go ahead, Future. Holy, what was you gonna say?
I was just gonna say real quick. I asked because if you go back right when I think it was a hot minute before he signed with NXT, he did the Stone Cold podcast, and Stone Cold, after he was going on a rant, not a rant like negatively, but he was talking about Ricochet, and he was talking about that viral match with Will Ospreay and how athletic and the WWE, he would be great in WWE, and he mentioned something about his promo skills need to be improved. I mean, and here we are 6 fucking years later, and he's as cringe as I've ever heard him on the mic. So that's all I wanted to say about that.
And his Twitter game is.
Well, it doesn't help when you've portrayed yourself as a masked entity for however long and don't really. We know the kind of depth that luchadors or people of that genre of wrestling, I don't know, unless it's a certain kind of audience, it doesn't really translate very well.
Right.
So
yeah, I agree with that.
That's where, like, say, whenever Hooli said, or everybody's wanting to say, put a mask back on him, make him Prince Puma, or give him some kind of similar persona. Like that would make a lot more sense where he's not talking for himself.
2 weeks ago, I was saying put him in the
that's
Hurt
what they're trying to do.
But after what happened on Wednesday night, you can't put him with the Hurt Syndicate now because they just absolutely cucked that boy and made him look completely.
Well, after there was a segment that they did.
He can't be in the Hurt Syndicate after Wednesday. He just can't.
Oh, he got cooked hard, bro. Hell.
Well, there was a clip of him being like in that match that against Ospreay last night, and then after the fact, like he's definitely taken the heel direction though. So whether he is just that heel that doesn't fit along with I don't know. Like it would make more sense for him to be in the Hurt business if they didn't cuck him out the way he did.
True.
But on a positive note. Tony Khan has announced that there are no more rampages for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm
fantastic with that. SmackDown gets Friday to themselves again. How about that? No more rampage. Now they can just work on commitment.
They need to stop worrying the fuck about what the other company's doing.
And that's exactly what
trying
they're
to compete with each other.
I've been saying this for months, man. That's Tony Khan's problem. He's not worried about his. I remember last year, I'm talking about last year, I was so invested in the AEW, bro. Oh my goodness. I was so invested. I could not wait to go to an AEW show. And even when they came down here, and I was with the bro from the Mo, and we went to Dynamite. It was cool.
It was fun.
It was excellent. We got to see some of that Continental Classic. We got to see Vikingo and the Beast Mortos when he just freshly came into AEW. We saw all of that. And then 2024 was like, what the fuck? Tony Khan just went into business for himself, man, and just made all this. But then we got the CM Punk incident, the Jack Perry stuff, and all this other stuff with the Elite and stuff. Like it just seems like it was just a downfall, bro. And even JD said it. JD said CM Punk still the biggest draw in AEW. How about that?
Yeah. That's a really sad thing to say.
Here's the thing. To your point, Otis, you guys went to AEW shows, and I know, Jeremy, you've been to more than one, right?
Future? I've been to
AEW. I've been to a couple, yeah.
Okay.
More than I care to say.
It took them a while to get here to Portland, right?
Yeah.
And I missed the show, and I was kind of bummed. And then they announced Wrestle Dream last year. Well,
I was hard in the paint trying to get tickets.
Yeah.
and I really wanted to go, right? And then in my personal life, a bunch of crap happened, and I watched the show, and it was one of the better pay-per-views, not only in recent memory, but I'm like, this one's going to stick with me for a while. And I had been down on AAW all year because of them dragging the ball on Swerve and the shit they were doing with MJF and Adam Cole. So I was down on
He
them,
had
and then
no
Wrestle Dream
face.
happened. We get to Wrestle Dream, and I don't get to go to the show, and I'm really fucking pissed off about it. Now looking back on it, a year later, after the Wrestle Dream we got this year, had I attended that show and then AEW just kind of went downhill, they just went from that Wrestle Dream
They
forward, I
flatlined,
would have
bro.
been really
They
upset.
They
Yeah.
Really
flatlined
upset
for
that I've
a
spent money because those tickets were expensive to that show.
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
like say the last big show that I went to Dynasty in St. Louis, and that was
Same
the
here,
last show
man.
that I
We were
went.
there
Yeah.
together.
That was a dope
Yep.
ass show.
Damn
Went
right.
to that. They were riding whatever high they were trying to rebuild, and then whatever direction Tony Khan wanted to go from there. Like they just had 2 shows in Missouri back on either ends of the state. I didn't get tickets to
Yep.
either, and I've been to beyond that and those 2 and one other. I've been to every other show in Missouri.
Did you go to Collision 2 weeks ago?
I did not. I thought
Man,
about it.
I
last
heard
minute, but I
ticket sales
didn't.
were horrendous. Ticket sales
Yeah.
were fucking horrendous. 2,343 tickets sold in a 10,600 seat venue.
Remember when
Oh
there
my
was and the bet that the whole company was founded on that bet that they couldn't fill a 10,000 seat arena by Dave Meltzer.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's how All In got started.
I'm gonna go back.
how
And
the
I'm gonna find the episode of JD's. It was either, I don't know if it was like a PLE review or if it was a Raw or a SmackDown, but I commented when AEW started going downhill about 2 years ago that they weren't going to get to 2030.
I agree with you,
I
Holy,
said
and
that.
I
It's hard
agree
to
with
say
that
at this
completely.
And I
it's
agree
hard
with
to
you,
say at this
Holy,
point. That is a
because
really
I agree with Holy because I said, matter of fact, I said they probably won't even make it another 2 years at the rate that they're going right now. And they'll feel like that Tony Khan stole all that money from Warner Brothers,
And they're going to cancel the show. They're going
companies.
to cancel them. Watch.
I'm telling you, man. But hey, man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Do it, man. I'll be back here in about 50 minutes tops, man. I'm gonna get ready for download.
Here's your audio.
Hey, from Mayfield.
I can't somehow.
Fire truck right
The
now.
mic, the mute button's not working for me for some odd reason. That
I got you, Kratos. Don't worry about it. I got you. Because he had a whole lot of horns and trucks going on behind him, man. But I got you, Kratos. Don't even worry about it. But man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. My bros right here, Kratos, Hooli, the mid-mo bro, and Sleeveless, the sleeveless one, the bouncer of the venue, man. Appreciate you guys for being here, man, giving us your thoughts and your opinions as far as WrestleMania.
I like his hat. Nice
This
hat.
is going to be
That's the hat Jake Hager should have used.
Yeah. Hey, Triple H, you're responsible for getting us suspended years ago, man. You're responsible. But thank you guys. Thank you, bros, man. Always a pleasure to have you here on the show to talk some wrestling. And it's great to see you guys, man. Like, I miss you guys, man. I miss doing this with you guys and everything, man. We're going to do more of this.
Yep. Always good to be here.
So hopefully, Netflix, Raw, hopefully we can do this again on January 6th for the debut episode of Raw on Netflix. This is gonna be a crazy ass WrestleMania season, man. And who better to spend this crazy ass season with than these guys right here, man. So thank you guys.
Damn right.
Thank you guys so much, man. Like it means the world to me, man. Thank everybody in the chat, all my new subscribers. We are a few subscribers away from 1,200, man. And we're going to get there, man. 2025 is going to be our year, man. We're going to blow up. We're going to do big things, man. We're going to show everybody else why we are the ones in the IWC. Shout out to, JD, Jesse, Ticket Drew, all the usual suspects and all that.
Solid Monster, what up?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Solid Monster. Shout out to you, Solid
Ango.
Monster.
Shout out to Ango.
Scripps is going to be live. And hey,
Shout out Scripts.
let's show our boys.
Everybody in the chat,
Let's show
thank
the
you for watching.
CEO.
Rage, love you,
Yeah,
Rage. Hope you're doing good.
Yes, absolutely. My sis Rage out there. Hope the weather is good out there in Georgia, man. Because here it's cold. It is cold here in the man.
It was like 60 degrees the last couple days here.
Yeah.
I got an update on that stream I was going to do yesterday. It's going to happen sometime after Christmas now. Because I had my PlayStation was overheating real bad.
Hey, Kratos got a channel. Y'all go subscribe to Kratos. Hey, he got some content coming out. Y'all just heard him right after Christmas. It's finna go down. I'll be there. Scripts, I'll be at your stream.
Fire Pro Wrestling World got the thumbnail ready.
Hey, y'all heard that.
Main
already
event,
got it ready, man.
Main event is Adam Hangman Page, Shit Cowboy in the eyes of Hologram, Shit Cowboy against the Great Muta. Expect an ass whooping.
That Shit Cowboy.
Hey, look, we got Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling over here announcing before the show already. Look at that. Our main event has already been set for Kratos' stream, man. Make sure you guys hit that like and that subscribe, man, to the channel, man. If you haven't, hit the bell for all notifications and stuff, you know. You want to follow me on Twitch, there's the name right down there, BiggOh8701 on TikTok. BiggOh.gaming on TikTok. You can follow me over there as well, man. You guys want to say anything before we peace out?
Just follow me on TikTok, please. I don't know where my thing went. I just put it in the thing, but help me get to one.
Gonna be around for long.
So I can go live on TikTok, please.
TikTok ain't gonna be around for long, Gooley. Unfortunately, it's gonna be gone by next month.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Government's banning it.
Well, I did hear about that too, but I wasn't too sure. You can never be too sure about stuff.
U.S. lawmakers are already preparing to fine Apple and Google billions of dollars if they keep the app on their stores.
It's all good.
Hundreds
Follow
of
me anyway,
billions of
please.
dollars.
Follow me anyway, please.
yeah.
Just follow anyway. Follow anyway. Same thing.
Follow the man anyway.
Till you cannot any longer.
Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to the Midmo Bro. Hopefully sometime beginning of the year we'll get some Decoding Kayfabe back. And
I'm working on being in a position to do more.
And as far as this guy over here with the sleeves, with the sleeveless and the DX hat, you can catch him over on Rob's channel on Mondays and Fridays for episodes of Raw and SmackDown. And you can catch him over here too. He might be Rick Rude come Monday, since Rob is also doing the debut Raw Netflix episode too. So who knows? But I thank you, bros, man. You guys are awesome, man. Appreciate you. Much love from the heart, man. Thank you guys so much. We're going to do more of these though. but we're out. I'll see you guys in a little while for Cowboys and Buccaneers right here on the channel. So until then, deuces.
You ain't lying. The Cowboys are out. Maybe next year. Bye, everybody. GG.
Don't wait around. Yep. Smart. Yeet and get out.